popping, people? You're now tuned into the sights and sound of Mic Check. His boy Righteous Lion getting verbal once again. Now, this gentleman next to me is a 15-year veteran in the game. He's recognised as one of the premier names in grime. He needs very little introduction, if any at all. I am, of course, talking about Wrigz. How you doing?
It's probably good.
Thanks for having us. Thanks for inviting us into your studio habitat. Now, I'm just going to jump right into this right now. Why do you feel, how important do you think it is, as a Manchester artist, to make your presence known and form a strong identity in the game?
Make your presence known as far as being from Manchester or just in general?
Yeah.
I think it's important. I think it's important for us to, like, we need to show our identity, because it's like we see it in hip hop. You can see people from down south, like Atlanta and all that, compared to people in the West Coast, compared to people in New York. You see they have different sounds, different cultures, different ways of dressing, speaking. It's similar in the UK. So, like, if you've been to like different areas, if you've been to Birmingham and been to their hoods, if you've been to London, been to their hoods, been up here, you'll know it's not all the same. People talk different, they act different. There's kind of different codes to an extent. So I think it's important that we get to stress ours, because the London culture is what is recognised as UK music, like mostly. You get what I'm saying? And there's like another half of the story to tell almost, and I think Manchester's a part of that. So it's important, like we show what we're about and our identity.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. On that same line as well, I've noticed it's very difficult for especially Manchester grime artists, but grime artists in general, to attract the attention of major labels. What do you think will need to happen in order for that to change?
I would say more than anything, just basic networking, because I think the Manchester artists have got this perception of like major labels, like it's this person and it's that person. Like, it's just like there's a man that represents that label. He's just a man like you could be sat next to him right now.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying? So networking and finding out who's who. I'm not just thinking, I want to be signed to this label, like who is that? Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, again, like, to use London as an example, growing up in that scene, they grew up with labels on their doorstep. So when they're talking about making music moves, they can be more specific, because they know that's my man who gets your tune played on radio. I've got a relationship with him. It's not like a myth. It's not like, oh, I need to get radio play. You don't even know what that means. Do you get what I'm saying? So I think networking can help people get close to who those major labels actually are.
Yeah, to be a bit more of a collaborative effort.
Like we've got to, like, you got to humble yourself enough to get out there as well. We can say forever, like, we ain't got no opportunities, or we ain't got no, but like, we've got to think of solutions instead of just like stressing the problem. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. Be all about positivity.
Yeah, definitely. Positive attitude.
Now, while I've got you here, I just want to wax philosophical for a hot minute about Black Lives Matter. Because a few months back you did the tune UK Stand Up, didn't you? Which was featured on the Black Lives Matter Volume 1 album, wasn't it?
Right, yeah.
Now, Black Lives Matter as a movement was formed at the tail end of Brexit, and as we know, during the Brexit period there was a lot of immigration issues and racially charged sentiments being shared during that time. I just want to ask you, do you think that the formation of Black Lives Matter at the end of Brexit was just a coincidence, or do you think it was more of a deliberately timed movement?
I think, like, I don't really, I hear like Black Lives Matter, like the saying, the logo, the tag, but like I just see it as the same thing. Like you look back 50 years, there was Panthers just stood up, and they was Black Panthers at that time. Like, to me, this has been going on forever.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? Like, black people have been trying to express this forever. You know, like, since they got off the boat, like, trying to express this thing, like, something's not right.
Yeah.
So, like, to me, like, it didn't start with Brexit, like it was happening before. It might have got more exposure, like, them times, but like there was people standing for that exact same cause every day of their life before Brexit. They just might not have got the coverage.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? So to me, I don't know if it's called Black Lives Matter. To me, it's just called just standing for justice, and it is a black thing. It isn't like all lives matter to kind of flipping what's the word, like, to kind of counteract the Black Lives Matter thing, like, and it's not about that. Of course, it's about humanity. But if you're a human and you looked at this situation, you would understand what's going on, and you would want to stand for it yourself. So I think a lot of black people a lot of white people should want to stand for Black Lives Matter themselves, because they're human beings. It's a human issue. So like, I think this has been going on See, I don't even know too much about Brexit and all that. Before Brexit, I was thinking like this. I felt racism in the air before Brexit. So like, I felt it before and after. So like, it didn't really make much difference to me. You get me?
Yeah, so it's almost like the natural progression or evolution of what black people have been fighting for since
like
slavery.
Like, to me it just makes me happy that there's still a fight. That's how I seen it. Like, there's still a fight, because it's like, this thing's still going on. Like, racism ain't over. Like, capitalism is not over. None of this is over. So like, to me, it was good to see that the fight's still in the people. Like, that was good to see to me.
Yeah, because I mean, as you know, it's impossible to kill an idea, so as long as the idea persists, the fight against the idea must also exist.
And that was living proof of that, obviously.
Definitely.
And still is today. There's some people that might have forgot about what was going on them times. You get me? There's people today still out here marching.
Yeah.
You get me? But
And so it must continue also.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, as I said at the beginning of this thing, you are a 15-year veteran in this game. Obviously, you've seen the evolution of grime in Manchester. Just want to ask, where do you feel grime in Manchester is going? I just want you to cast your experienced eye over the game in Manchester and tell me where you
just
think.
grime.
Yeah, just grime. It's specifically Manchester grime.
Just grime.
Do you think we'll be more collaborative in the future? As
I need to be honest. Like, it's hard to differentiate like who's grime. When we say grime, so like you know, the artists we were talking about before, H and Samurai.
Yeah.
From what I've seen and heard of them, and I've seen H more of a like grime artist.
Yeah.
And my man more does this like trap type sound.
Yeah.
Like, are we talking about both of them? You know, when you say the grime scene, are we talking about both of them, or are we just talking about?
Well,
you get what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. Well, we can include both of them because they do sort of intertwine at times.
Yeah.
So
So the whole like kind of scene and the vibe, I think it's going in a good direction. I think like, especially like with them, they're getting like the young generation back excited about the locals.
Yeah.
Like H Samurai or the man from up north.
Yeah.
So like, I think it's going in a good direction, and some of the people from like the old school, if you say in Manchester, they're kind of getting their vibe back, getting back involved. So it's like, I think that's how you make it pop off, when both ends of the thing's active, when the youths are active, with that new hungry energy, like they're willing to push the boat out further than man that have been in the game since forever and are tired and all that, you get me? But these man kind of know what they're doing and have experience, you get me? When you get both of them two active at the same time, that's when I think like the greatness starts to happen, and I can see that slowly happening in Manchester. So it's going to be exciting to see.
I like the way you put that, because that actually touches more closely on what I was going to ask you actually. Do you think what you said before about us needing to be a bit more collaborative in Manchester, do you think that will gain more prophecy within the next generation? Do you think like these kids that are coming up now, do you think these kids are going to be the ones to do that?
To work together.
Yeah. More than like, for example, our generation might have done.
I hope so.
Because they do say the children are our future after all. And
they are.
Although
They
they're
are.
not actually kids, you know, they are the new generation.
They are, but you know why I'm a bit like hesitant to say because I would expect to know more youngers in Manchester at the moment that do music. I would expect to know of more, you know, like you're young and all your mates, you just going crazy and there's 10 MCs over there and 10 over there, like I don't want the game to turn into this thing where everyone's aiming to be this one solo star player. Like, as we're speaking on, we want to collab, but I don't know if it is going in the direction of like working together or wanting to be the star man. Do you get what I'm saying? So like, you gotta find the balance. So like, I think that they like, so if like the younger generation was watching this now, I would want to say to them, work together more. Like, work together even more than this, like even more. Like it's good that yous might be doing it one step more than we did. I don't even know if they are, but if you are, well done. But do it more though, you get me? Like more working together and you will see the thing spread. So like, I hope it does go in that direction, and I'll do anything I can do to help it go in that direction. Like I will support the people that want to work with each other, want to bounce off each other, give and take, exchange energies. I'll work with them every day of my life. Like I don't know how much I can support the one-man mission, you get me?
Yeah, I'm sure any Manchester MCs watching this would appreciate you saying that as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, thanks for saying that on camera as well. Now, it's 2017. Happy New Year, by the way.
Yes, Happy New Year, Happy New Year.
We're still taking baby steps into 2017.
Yeah.
What does this year hold for Wrigz? What can we look forward to from you this year?
A lot of releases, like releasing music all year round. When I say a lot of releases, I've been putting out mixtapes for free, giving people the opportunity to download them for free.
Yeah.
Like for years and years on end. But this year I'm gonna release a lot of music on, you know, the like Apple, iTunes, you know, just like all of the main platforms. Like I'm gonna release music on them all year round and kind of just get to learn how them platforms are working.
So like a full frontal attack.
Yeah,
so to speak.
Yeah, basically,
Wrigz.
yeah. And not in the same kind of format that you might be used to either. It might not have to come out like an EP or a mixtape, or it could just be anything. I might decide to release one single every week for 6 weeks. You know, like release, or I might just bring out a random EP. Or like I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I know I've got a lot of music and I've just have access to these things. So.
Right. Okay. So, even though 2017 is still in its infantile stages, it's already threatening to be an explosive year on the musical front, courtesy of Wrigz.
Yeah.
So, keep your eyes fully peeled, keep your ears clean of wax, and definitely watch your space because you don't want to miss that. Okay, and just got enough time now to just let you know you can subscribe to us on CHECK MCR on YouTube. We've got hot freestyles, we've got probing interviews such as this one, and we've also got energetic performances from our mic check nights. So subscribe if you want to catch more with that. Okay. So all that remains for me to do now is just to thank Wrigz.
No worries.
Very cozy in here as well,
time.
by the way. Thank you very much for your time there. Once again, I'm your boy Righteous Lion. You've been receiving the sights and sounds of Mic Check. Thank you for your time. Tune in again. Mic Check 1, 2.
When I wrote that, bringing the flow back, king in this thing, and they know that. I told man, killer instinct when I touch this mic. Why the fuck would they think I give up this life? Not a spitter in sight that could touch this vibe. You know what I'm like, but your grudge aside. Got stamina to last me forever, I'm nice. Get your energies right, I'm ready this time. Last time I